Hi guys, and welcome to my channel and welcome back to another reading vlog, another booktube video. Before I get into this video, I just kind of want to say this right off the bat. I don't know, I felt compelled to just kind of talk about this and say this, but if you struggle with acne or with skin issues, I feel for you because I have been struggling since I was like a preteen, a young teenager. And it's just been a journey ever since then, and I have been off the pill now for about a year and a half, and my skin is just crazy. And I recently got a facial and they did a chemical peel and it did help, but my skin is just like so dry now and like flaky, and like my breakouts are just crazy, and I almost like didn't want to film. And a lot of times actually like I don't want to film because I'm like, oh, my skin's really bad today, or you know, I'm not wearing makeup and I don't feel like putting on makeup today just to film like a video. But I was like, no, you know what, I feel like filming. I want to film, I want to be real and raw with you guys. And I know a lot of people struggle with acne, so I know this isn't book related, but I just kind of wanted to say, like, I feel for you, I'm with you, and don't let it like stop you from doing anything, because at the end of the day, no one really cares as much as you do about it. Like, you probably don't care that I have pimples on my face right now. You just want to watch about books and want to watch like a vlog or a video of someone. You know what I'm saying? You want to relate to them versus just like look at someone and be like, oh, they're perfect or they're really pretty or something. But I think we get in our heads that in order to post something, we have to look our best, which of course we want to look presentable, you know, and that's fun part of it too. But I just feel like there needs to be a balance, because I almost didn't want to film today and start this vlog because my skin's really bad, and I don't want to put on makeup today because I just got a facial a couple days ago and it's like really dry, so I don't want to put makeup on it. But I was like, no, I'm going to do it anyway. So most of my reading vlogs, as you know, are kind of raw in the sense of like I'm not wearing a lot of makeup a lot of the times, because when I'm sitting down reading and I haven't gone to actual work that day, I just worked from home, I'm not made up. So anyway, just kind of a little rant, but I don't know. I felt like I just wanted to say that, and you're beautiful the way that you are, the way that God made you, and I am trying to find some answers to my skin issues. I'm pretty sure it's with hormone imbalances. So I am working with an internal medicine doctor, I believe he's called, and maybe I'll keep you guys updated if you're interested on that. But I'm trying to find some answers, but also trying not to let it overwhelm me and overtake my life, because at the end of the day, it's just, you know, what I look like, and that is not most important. So anyway, let's get into the books. So we are going to be reading in today's reading vlog some very exciting new releases. I'm going to try to read 3. There is a 4th one that I don't have yet that I'm excited to read, and that is Christina Lauren's new book, and I think it's called like The True Love Experiment or something like that. And I know that that's out and I just don't have it. But if I get that within this time frame, maybe I'll try to read that. But right now I have 3 books that I am very excited to talk about. The first book that I'm just gonna get out of the way is Happy Place by Emily Henry, and you've probably heard me maybe mention this book a couple times. I haven't read it yet because I've been kind of wanting to wait to do a video for this book because I've heard such great things. And yeah, this is Emily Henry's new book, and I've read 2 of her books and I really liked them. I gave them both 4 stars. I will say that I liked Beach Read more than I like Book Lovers, so if that's interesting to you, that's kind of my opinion. But this one is basically about a couple, and they recently broke up, but they're going on a trip with their group of friends that they always do every summer to this like house or something. But they don't want their friends to know that they've broken up because they don't really want to like ruin the vibe, ruin the time. So they kind of pretend that they're still together, and I think the story is like kind of navigating that. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. I've heard such great things. I've heard that it's like really emotional, it's very in-depth. So yeah, I'm very excited to read that new release. I also wanted to share what dates these all came out, because I don't know, I just feel like that would be fun. Okay, I just see the year. Let me look it up on Goodreads because I want to let you guys know when these came out. So Happy Place came out April 25th, 2023. So I'm about a month, not quite a month late to the game, but still a very new release. And all these books are pink, which I feel like is really interesting. The next book that I have is Practice Makes Perfect. That's like really hard for me to say for some reason, by Sarah Adams. I haven't read a Sarah Adams book, and I know that this is book 2. Her first one is When in Rome, which I haven't read, but I've heard that there's standalones so that you can read this without reading the first one. But I was like reading the back earlier, and I know a little bit about the first one, and I could definitely see how maybe you would want to read the first one first. So if if this sounds interesting to you, maybe pick up When in Rome. I'll put it up on the screen, but that is the first one, and then go into this one. Again, I didn't read When in Rome, so I'm just gonna go ahead and write into this one. I probably maybe would enjoy it better if I read the first one, but it's a new release and I kind of wanted to read it for you guys. Okay, let's see when this one came out. And I actually got this one and the next one at Half Price Books, brand new, and they were a few dollars cheaper than at Barnes & Noble. So that's a hack if you guys don't know. Sometimes they have new releases. So Practice Makes Perfect came out May 2nd. So very recently. And then the last book that I'm hoping to read in this video is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. And I just read Every Summer After like a couple weeks ago. I was in love with it. I will tell you guys more about what I read recently. I read Beach Read and Every Summer After the month of May, and I'll do my May wrap up where I go into more details about those, but I freaking loved Every Summer After. So I'm very, very excited to read this one. So this one was published May 2nd as well, same as the other one. So this one, I read the back of it and it sounds really, really similar to Every Summer After. So I don't know if I'm like disappointed or excited about that, but I know it will be different, but I'm just hoping it's different enough, you know, than Every Summer After. But basically this is about Fern and Will, and they have like a one-day meeting where they meet each other. They spend 24 hours with each other. They basically kind of fall in love within that time frame, which is crazy. It's kind of like, you know, a meet cute insta love, which I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we'll see how I like that. It kind of reminds me of November 9 by Colleen Hoover, and I loved that book, so maybe I'll like this. But they meet up and then for one day, and then they decide to meet up again 1 year later. I think it's 1 year later. And then Will doesn't show up. Fern does, but he doesn't show up. So then she goes on about living her life, and I think about like 10 years later, he comes back into her life, and so it's them navigating that. And I know that this is set in a lake town, just like Every Summer After. I don't believe it's the same town. I don't know if they're gonna interconnect. I don't think so, because they are standalones. They're not like within a series, but yeah, I love these covers as well, so I'm excited to read this one too. Now I'm gonna try to decide which beautiful pink book to read first for exciting new summer releases. And these are also all romances, so hopefully I don't get sick of romance, because usually for me, I'm a mood reader and I kind of have to switch up every other book. I can't read a ton of romance or a ton of thrillers or fantasy. I feel like I need to switch it up. And I just finished reading Carrie Soto is Back, so that was like historical fiction, general fiction, so I'm ready for a romance. But hopefully I don't get sick of them. Hopefully they're different enough. But let's see which one I'm gonna start with. Okay, so first update, and I realized I kind of didn't tell you guys the synopsis of this book, but I wanted to get into it a little bit more. But basically this is about a girl, and she's I think 27, and she is a really extreme introvert and is not good at talking to people, not good at dating. And she's on this date though with a guy, and she spills her drink all over him, and it's just not going well. And then it was really funny. I actually really am enjoying it so far. But in walks Will, who, and I guess maybe you should read the first book, and I feel like I might go back and read the first book. You don't have to, but I'm kind of connecting the dots. But Will was a bodyguard for this girl who in the first book, she was kind of like this famous, I don't know if she was an actress or pop star or something, but in the first book she comes to this small town, Rome, Kentucky, which the first book's called When in Rome, and she meets a guy there, and that's kind of their story. But Will was the bodyguard for that girl. So now he's back in town because he's going to be her bodyguard again, and so that's who he is. And so he kind of knows Annie, the main character of this book, because the pop star from the first book is marrying the brother of Annie. And so it's like kind of all connected, so it's pretty cool. And I feel like there will probably be more books in this series because Annie is like one of 3 sisters, so I feel like maybe they'll follow that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot so far. It's really cute. It's definitely a meet cute. It's definitely not insta lovey yet, but like a little bit already. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I made it to page 30 and I'm gonna stop for now, go cook dinner, and maybe read some more tonight. Hello guys, it is a couple days later and I am on page 200 of Practice Makes Perfect, and I'm still really enjoying this book. I know I haven't updated much, but I've just been enjoying it and just reading a little bit every day. I haven't been able to read too much like every day, but I'm hoping to finish it soon. I have like 130 something, I think, pages left. So maybe tomorrow I can finish it, maybe tonight if I can read some tonight. But yeah, I'm just gonna read a little bit more right now. We just got back from playing pickleball a little bit, so that was fun. But I'm really enjoying Sarah Adams' writing, and again, I really wish I would have read the first book. So I do suggest reading, I think it's When in Rome first, and then reading this one. Again, you don't have to, but I suggest that because I'm really loving her writing and I'm loving the characters that I do wish I would have read the first one. But yeah, I really love this book and I really suggest it so far. It is a really fun read, and yeah, I really like the characters. It's made me giggle a little bit, kind of everything that you want in a romance. And I really like this trope because it's like bad boy, good girl trope, and I don't feel like I've read too much of that to where it's strictly kind of about that. I mean, I've read like, you know, fantasy books where like he's the bad guy, but I don't know. I feel like I haven't really read it like this and I really like it. So I obviously have quite a bit left because I'm like a little over halfway, but hopefully I like the rest of the book because a lot of the times I don't like the second half or the last quarter of books. Like, they just kind of let me down. So I'm hoping that this one stays strong and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I'm just gonna read a little bit more. Okay, I have finished Practice Makes Perfect, and this was a big surprise of how cute and how much I loved this whole book. I loved every minute of this book. I really suggest this book. I'm going to get When in Rome, which is the first book. I'm for sure going to read it. I don't feel like I'll like it as much as this one because I saw a few people say that they liked this one a lot more, but I am going to read it and keep reading the series because this was really cute. I would say that it was mostly closed door, kind of fade to black in the sense of steaminess. So if you are not a huge fan of very descriptive steam like me, I'm not a big fan of that, this book is perfect. But it still gives you like the tension, the excitement of the romance, but really cute. I love the characters. I loved her writing. I gave it 4.5 stars. A really cute romance, and I feel like for me, fluffy romances are really hard for me to rate high because they don't have much depth. But I really enjoyed this book a lot. I'm gonna have Mike pick my next book out of these two. So Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune and Happy Place. Do you want to know what they're about, or do you want to just pick?
I just want to pick.
Okay, which one do you pick? I already know which one he's gonna pick.
Meet Me at the Lake.
I thought you were gonna pick the other one. Okay,
like
Meet Me at the Lake is next. And actually I kind of wanted to read this one next because I feel like this one I'm gonna love so much. The lighting. I feel like this one I'm gonna love a lot, and so I kind of want to end with this one. So my next read will be Meet Me at the Lake, and I'm excited. I'll probably get started tonight and update you guys tomorrow. Okay guys, it is a few days later and me and Mike are on our way to his parents' house, which is about 4 hours away. So we're on a little road trip, and I have not read that much. I am on page 146, and I don't know. I'm not really feeling this book at all, which is a shock because I loved Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, and I am just not really feeling Meet Me at the Lake. But I'm gonna finish it. I'm about halfway. So I'm gonna finish it, but it just is not feeling the same way for me as when I read Every Summer After. I'm not really connected to the characters. It kind of jumped in really fast to the female main character and the male main character, and then it's going back and forth in time, which is how Every Summer After was, but I was just more connected to the characters than I was in this book. I'm just me at the lake yesterday, and I give this a solid 3 stars. I liked the ending a lot better than I liked most of the first half of the book. And really the first like 3/4 of the book I didn't really care for. I wasn't really into the characters, I wasn't really into the storyline, but the last bit I did like. I don't even know why, I can't even tell you why. Maybe it was just because I was ready to be done with it, but it did kind of wrap up, I guess, a little bit nicely. But yeah, I gave this 3 stars because I could not connect with the characters right from the beginning. I didn't really care much about if they got together, what their past was like. There was some reveals in the book, and so I kind of liked that, and maybe that's why I liked the last part, because it kind of like revealed everything. But I don't know, Every Summer After was just so much better. But I was looking at reviews of Every Summer After, and a lot of people didn't like that one because of a certain like trope in it, and I totally understand, but like I thought she did it well. I don't know, I didn't really care for this one. But I really suggest Every Summer After, and maybe people will like this a lot. And I would say that this kind of reminded me of November 9, but a not good job of like that kind of style, in the sense of they meet one day and then they want to meet again the next year on the same day. That's kind of what November 9 is by Colleen Hoover, and I loved November 9. But this just, I don't know, it was too insta-lovey for me, which I guess you could say November 9 is too, but I don't see how they could feel connected after one day, and then, I don't know. I didn't care for it. But I'm really excited to read Happy Place by Emily Henry. We're still at Mike's parents' house. I don't know if I'm gonna even start this today because we have kind of a busy day, but I'm really excited to read this. I have a feeling that this is gonna be a 5 star, so stay tuned to see what I think about it. Hi guys, a little update on Happy Place. I am on page 138 currently, and I love this book so much already. I really like it. I know I would like this because everyone is saying that they're liking it, but it's about like this group of friends. Have I even talked about what this is about? I don't know. It's about this group of friends, and they have been friends since college, and 2 of the people, they kind of started to fall in love after being friends for a while, and now they are together, or they were together, they were engaged, and then he broke up with her very quickly, kind of rushed. She didn't really know why. And it is now 5 months later, and their annual trip to the summer house that they always go to as a group of friends it's now time to go to that. But they are broken up, but they don't really want to tell their group of friends because they don't want to ruin the trip, and there's some things going on at that summer house this week that they don't want to like mess up or anything. So yeah, I didn't think I would like it as much because of like the friend thing. I don't know why, like books about a ton of family or like a ton of friends, like I don't know why that doesn't really interest me. Like I think that's why I didn't like Malibu Rising, but I really like the group of friends, and I like all the people in there, and I really like already Win and Harriet. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this book so far, and I feel like this, like I said, I feel like it could be on track for 5 stars, and the reason why I thought that is because everyone likes it. But I'm also really enjoying it, really enjoying the friend aspect, which I think that's the part that kind of shocked me. And yeah, it's definitely very summery, and we will see by the end of it what I think. But I'm just gonna chill here for a little bit, read a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go get my car washed because it is dirty, and go to the grocery store. But I'm gonna try to get a little bit of reading in before I have to do that. So I have finished Happy Place. I finished it last night, and this book took me a little bit longer to get through, sadly, because I didn't have as much time to read, but also because I started to get a little bit bored, and I know that is very uncommon with this book because most people that I have seen give this book 5 stars, like they bawled their eyes out, like they die hard love this book. It's their favorite Emily Henry book, and I disagree. I like this book. I give this like a 3.5, 4 stars. I gave Beach Read 4 stars, and I think I liked Beach Read more, so that's why I'm like giving this a 3.5. But when I'm thinking about book lovers, I would say I liked book lovers as much as this. Now, I really liked the first half of the book. This happens with me all the time. But then when it started to get to the middle of the book, when it was mainly talking about Harriet's and Wynn's, like, I don't know, it kept jumping obviously from past to present, but I don't know, I wasn't really into like their past. I was more into their present time, and so when it would talk more about their past, I wasn't really interested. And also there was some miscommunication. I feel like she did it pretty good. It wasn't super annoying, but a little bit, because like I feel like they should have talked right when they saw each other, you know, about the breakup. But anyway, I feel like it ended decently, but in the middle, I definitely still like the first half a lot more, when they like got to the house, the beach house or lake house or whatever, and they were spending time with their friends there. Like at the beginning, I like ate that up, and that's why I really liked it at the beginning. But the middle end just kind of fell flat for me. I did like how they wrapped it together, but like I don't feel like this is going to be a significant book for me. It does talk a little bit more deep. It's not like a super fluffy romance, even though all her books look like they are, but most of them are not, which I actually really appreciate. I feel like they handle some harder topics, a little bit more serious topics, more than just like a silly little romance. So I do like that aspect of it, and I do like Emily Henry's books. Like I said, I haven't read People and Me on Vacation, but I've read every other book, and I've all liked them, gave them about 4 stars. And I do think Beach Read is still my favorite, and I think it will be. I really like Beach Read. I give that like a solid 4 stars. But yeah, I was a little sad that this one felt a little bit flat. So that is the end of today's video, where we read 3 books, 3 new releases, and I definitely would say that Practice Makes Perfect is my favorite one by far, which I feel like, I don't know if a lot of people would agree with me. I have now since seen more people talk about When in Rome, and that they really liked that one, and then they didn't really care for this one because this one kind of felt silly or something. But I don't know, I just really loved this book. Maybe it was the time I read it. It was really what I needed. I definitely suggest this series if you want to get started in When in Rome, and I am planning on to read that soon because I love this so much. So I would say that this one is my favorite. Then I would say that I liked Happy Place second, and Meet Me at the Lake third. But look how pretty these look together. Just some beautiful pink new releases. I love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. I know it was a little bit different, and some books fell a little bit flat, but also I did end up giving Practice Makes Perfect 4.5 stars, which is really high. So let me know if you guys check out any of these books and what your thoughts are. I know a lot of people are probably different from me. Let me know how you thought of Happy Place, if you were disappointed or if it exceeded your expectations. I will say I forgot to say this, but I do think her writing definitely excelled in Happy Place. A lot of people are saying that, and I definitely agree. A bunch of her metaphors were like exceptionally better than her previous books, so I really want to say that. Hopefully you watched this far, because I forgot to say that about Happy Place, but her writing was definitely a little bit more advanced in this book, so I did appreciate that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.